Married, Steve and I, we got married here at Wellesley College at the Wellesley Chapel 1 year ago almost. Actually, it's been more than 1 year, a little bit over 1 year now. And we were looking for a DJ for a wedding over a live band just because that DJs are so much more versatile. There are just so many DJs out there, and it's really hard to find the right one because you don't know if a DJ is going to do a good job or not just based on their website. We used Wedding Wire to do a search on a bunch of DJs for potential use at our wedding. We found a few DJs, and we decided to finally meet two of them in person. We met Gary of Boston Wedding Entertainment and another DJ.
Yeah, we met Gary. We went to visit Gary at his house, and Gary put on a great presentation on some past weddings he did, and he's so professional on when we looked at the videos, and it was just a no-brainer. When we sat down to meet with him, he was clearly the best DJ that we interviewed, and right after we left, we knew that Gary would be the one we would be using for our wedding.
One thing that we really liked about him is his voice. He has a great voice, very commanding of the situation. It's very smooth and very comforting, and we had tremendous comments from our guests about his voice. It's just so soothing, and it's very professional.
Another thing about Gary too is that during the wedding day, he's so organized. He had a list of all the events we're going to be doing in order and the exact times. And during our wedding, that was amazing because we didn't have a day of the wedding day coordinator. So for him to give us a list of all the events was very helpful to us and ensured that we stayed on schedule and that the wedding turned out to be really good.
Also, Gary, he doesn't work alone. He works with a partner, and that made us feel more comfortable and at ease because we saw some DJs who worked alone and was like, well, what about if something happened? How are you going to step out and take care of it? Or what if he needs to use the restroom? But we knew that someone would always be in the room with us at all times to take requests from the guests, to make sure that everything is still functioning. So that really made us feel at ease. And Gary, he arrived at the venue very early so that he can set up and make sure that everything is functioning correctly before we even got there. Yes.
Yeah, Gary introduced us to himself as well as his partner right from the beginning and assured us that he wouldn't be delegating the work to someone else since he owns his own company, that instead he would be there himself to do our wedding. And that really reassured us because we read great reviews about Gary and his partner. So we wanted to be sure that we had the best two within their company. Okay, so Boston Wedding Entertainment, they know right off the bat what kind of wedding you want. So when you tell your story and what kind of wedding you would want, and they customize their services to make sure that they give you exactly what you're looking for. They did an amazing job, even coordinating, opening the doors, the entrances when we're coming in and out. His voice was fabulous, and it really was booming. The guests could hear him. Directions were just great. He really helped coordinate the wedding for us. We couldn't have asked for a better DJ than Boston Wedding Entertainment.
Right. We had a formal wedding, so he showed up, both him and his partner, they showed up in tuxes. So they blended right into the crowd. You couldn't even tell that they were present, but they were just there doing their work. And they were just so professional. I mean, we've been to other weddings where the DJ, they completely steal the show from the bride and the groom. And we think that's really unprofessional and unfitting for a wedding. And we just really like that Gary and his partner, they're so professional, and they really did an amazing job at playing the music and making sure that the music flowed together smoothly, which is very important if you want to keep people on the dance floor. If you have one type of music playing and then you change it to a different type of music, some people cannot adjust so quickly and they decide to sit down and then the dance floor is empty. He kept the dance floor packed all night. Our parents walked into Tina Turner's You're Simply the Best, and I think that really just set the mood because his grandmother was the first entrance, and then our parents were following them. So that really just set the mood for everyone. Everyone paid attention to who was coming in the door, and the music flowed just perfectly, especially when our parents entered. It coordinated very well with that key quote, "You're simply the best." Our bridal party, they walked into Black Eyed Peas. It's going to be a good night.
Tonight's going to be a good night.
And that really just got everyone excited. The sound was great. Everyone was enthusiastic. Everyone's cheering, clapping. And we finally walked into the song U2's It's a Beautiful Day. And when the doors opened up, and we just stood there for a second, and it just started with "It's a Beautiful Day," and that really got everyone going. It was an amazing entrance, and that led smoothly into
Ronan Keating's.
So that led smoothly into our first dance song.
Leading us to our first dance, it's one of the best moments of our lives, that first dance, when the introduction and then everyone standing up and clapping. It was an amazing moment in our lives.
We picked the songs ourselves.
He provided input into songs that were very successful in the past. That was very helpful. And songs to avoid. And that was really helpful for us. And also the songs that we played throughout the night, we weren't able to think of enough songs for the whole day. And Gary was really able to fill in the spots that were missing.
And we definitely had a no playlist, and he did a very good job keeping to that. He didn't play the songs that we didn't want to hear, so that was really good too.
Absolutely. Boston Wedding Entertainment, Gary Mello and his crew did a fabulous job. He was one of our best vendors that we had all night. We had so many fond memories from our wedding, and a lot of it is due to our DJ, because we've heard so many horror stories where DJs completely disrupt the wedding or do a poor job, and that really ruins the mood of a wedding. But Gary and his crew did a fabulous job, really very organized, very professional. He was exactly what we were looking for, and we would highly recommend him to any friends or other people looking for a DJ.